I'm the first one to do that. I bet you never knew that. Back like a tailbone. Who you got the tail on? If it ain't about me, about whole D, about face. If you ain't on higher, learn it. The soda in the pot and the fire, burn it. This shit is so dope. You might wanna be my guest. This shit is so dope. You might wanna be my.
How's it going, guys? TCT here. I want to give you guys a quick warning before we get started, and it's about my watch. Ever since I lost a lot of weight, my watch has been a little bit, with all my watches, has been a little bit on the loose side of my wrist. So you might hear a little bit of dangling and chingling every time I move my wrist and stuff. I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm just letting you know, just in case if people are going to go in my comments area and just say that, oh, like your watch is dangling too much, making so much noise. Is it getting in the way of the review? Stop. Shut up. That's bullshit. Okay? And for those who are going to tell me to take the watch off, that's not happening. That's not happening at all. I love this watch. And I love this watch. And I love a few other watches that's over there. I tried to put all these other watches on, but the result was still the same. So I'm about to take these in. Moving on. What the hell was that? Anyway, I want to talk about Equalizer 3. If that's possible. I got noise in the background, so please just bear with me. Me and a good friend of mine just got done watching this film, and honestly, we are huge Equalizer fans. Like, we love Equalizer to the point where we watched the first one, we were so hooked with the project. We was like, you know what? I can't wait till the second one come out. I can't wait till the third one come out, because we knew this was a franchise that was going to keep continuing. We had we had Taken, we had John Wick, and finally we have a black mercenary. So we was like, damn, like, it's about time we got somebody like that's like this. But the second one honestly did not pull us in that much. The second one was very, very lackluster. But to be fair here, when it comes to films like this, how much can you pull out the creativity cycle? How much can you stretch it out? Not that much. And if you can, then that means you're really good. You have very good pinpoint accuracy of creativity, and that's not a lot. And when it comes to Hollywood creators and producers, so we came in with low expectations watching the third one. We was like, oh God, I hope it's good. I hope it's at least better than the second one. And honestly, my expectation was so low to the point where I wasn't even going to review the third one. I'm reviewing it now because I'm shocked. I am literally mind blown how great this freaking film is. Even my friend was mind blown too. In fact, he's working on making a YouTube channel himself, and I can't wait to watch his content to see what kind of energy he's going to push out. It's going to be an interesting ride. But the Equalizer 3 was an indeed enjoyable film, and I encourage anybody that is watching this review to please check out this movie. Now, when it comes to the story pacing of this film, it can be a debatable flaw, because we've kind of been there and done that when it comes to these very, very tough guys that's having these pasts of them getting away from their rough history, and they trying to be blessed with this future of them trying to move on with their lives. Keanu Reeves went through that, Liam Neeson went through that, and now we have Denzel Washington's character trying to go through the same thing. But unlike Denzel Washington, Liam Neeson and Keanu Reeves, they try to get away from their past because they got something to live for. Their mind is still intact, and they're not broken characters. Denzel Washington is a broken character. He is a very tarnished character, and they show that on this film, which leads to the pacing. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they even show the beginning of the film that we're introduced to this house that is filled with all these dead bodies that's been shot, that's been mutilated, that's been stabbed to death, that's been, I mean, it was like a horror movie. It was like me and my friend was watching a horror movie. We thought we walked into the wrong theater. I was like, man, did we walk into a like? Is there another Halloween film coming out? Because this was like Michael Myers' work, and we actually thought that it was like Denzel Washington's arch nemesis that's doing this just so he can get attention. We was like, damn, this must be his enemy, because I can't see him doing something like this. But this was all him. This was all his work, and and they showed you this just to show you how far gone he is with his character. His character is very tarnished. His character is very broken, and that's what comes with the pacing and the story of this film. Is that by us being aware of how broken his character is, he is desperately trying to find peace. He is desperately trying to find justice of himself by just trying to be a likable character and just trying to get away from violence and destruction. But what is a life without differences, and what is a life without violence, right? So he is going to have to fight his way out of that by trying to seek peace. And I did not mind that at all. I thought the pacing of that was very well done and very well executed. There were some parts that I have to agree that was a little bit unnecessary that I'm not going to spoil to the film, but it's not to the point where it drifted me away from the film. They explained some things that was actually linked to the second one. They even showed the little girl that was from the Man on Fire film with Denzel Washington's character, of course, and she's grown, and I thought she was just gonna be like a been there and done that character that was just gonna show, just be like, hey, look, I'm here, I need help, rescue me. But no, she actually handled everything on her own. She actually played a very good character to the film, to the point where she links up to a lot of unanswered questions that the second one and the first one failed to give us. So she played a major good part to the whole franchise, and honestly, her acting and her performance was well done too. She didn't feel like those characters that just felt like, okay, she's here, and I'm pretty sure Denzel has to rescue her, but no. She actually untangled a lot of strings on this film, and that kind of led to the whole pacing, and some of that was a little bit unnecessary, but I thought her character was done in the most part. We need to focus on Denzel Washington's character, because his character was very mind-blown. I thought that his performance was very great, and I think his acting on here was way better than the first one and second one. And now, I'm gonna have to tell you right now, the first one is still the best one to me, because it starts off with the questionable bound of his character, what he is, and how he ended up being in his state of mind. But what I like about the third one is that they push that more to the negative aspect of how unbalanced his character is, man. Even though he's trying to seek peace and he's trying to get himself out of violence, they show that. They show the reason why. Because when he does confront these bad guys and when he fights them, they show some scenes on here where he fights them, he brutalized them, he kills them, and he actually enjoys it in some scenes. There was even some parts that me and my friend pointed out where Denzel Washington was actually smiling killing these guys, and I'm like, holy shit. My only flaw was the fact that he didn't really use the watch that much. And I was like, okay, he got the watch, but he doesn't really taunt the watch that much. But they do that, but they took that away a little bit to focus more of the more creative tone of how he was, conflicting these murders and these kills. He even used pressure points on this film where he was beginning to hit people in certain areas and beginning to trigger their body to rupture in a certain way. And I was like, this nigga is fucking Kenshiro? What the hell is going on here? But that's the reason why he wants to seek peace. He wants to get away from his past because he's aware of how sinister he is. And I was actually afraid of Denzel Washington. They did so much of this character to the point where I was scared of him. Like, I actually feared for the enemies. People get killed, and it gets to the point where you get jump scared a lot on this film. It felt like a freaking horror film. I thought he was the Michael Myers to this freaking franchise, man. I was like, Jesus Christ. They showed you how monstrous he is on this film. And I loved it a lot. I was like, holy crap. So when it comes to the aspect of people still debating who won the fight between John Wick and Denzel Washington's character, Denzel Washington would literally kill Keanu Reeves, hands down. Because Keanu Reeves, he likes to... how to say this? He likes to kill enemies, not like to, but he likes to do things in a way of class. Denzel Washington, he does not play around. He would make a quick second out of you. And I feel like if Keanu Reeves is going to fight Denzel Washington, he better be quick. Be quick with that gun. Because if he gets to fist combat with Denzel, it won't end well for it won't end well for him. Watch Equalizer 3, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Overall, I thought this movie was great from start to finish, especially the ending. I think the ending was a 50-50 kill switch. The reason I'm saying that is because they can kill the film right now. They can just say that this is the last one in the franchise. Or they can not kill it, and they can say that we're just going to kill off by just adding more to the table. Because it ended well. It ended well with Denzel Washington's character, but at the same time, they can still continue this off by answering other questions to see where he'll go from here at this point. So, what would I rate this? I'm going to have to give this a B. I'm gonna have to give this a B. I think that this film was indeed enjoyable. I really enjoyed my popcorn. My friend was like, I like films where we walk out the theater, we talk about it. We ask each other questions. And me and a few other people and my friend, we were just busy talking to each other all the way into the freaking parking lot. We was like, man, like, I can't believe Denzel Washington went this far. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually afraid of Denzel Washington at this point. I could not believe, like, how much they have pushed the envelope of us being introduced to how violent his character can be. And I feel like a lot of films should do this now, where if they want us to know that Keanu Reeves and Liam Neeson's character is trying to get away from a dark past, let us get a little taste of how they was in the past. And now don't get me wrong, they kill people, but it's out of self-defense. They don't show us how they are in the brink of insanity, but you get that a lot on Equalizer 3. You get that a lot. And I thought that was a flaw in the first one, because by Denzel Washington being so overpowered on the first one and people just getting into his mercy, I was like, there's nobody that can take this guy down. But that's because the third one, Denzel Washington is like he is too unstoppable, man. That's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.